to the MCG then. Last night, Geelong versus the Pies. It was the grand final replay, the second match they played this year. Earlier on in the year, it was level with a couple of minutes to play, and the Pies, they kicked a couple late. But at quarter time, the Pies, they got out of the blocks so fast, and from then it was always going to be a long night for Geelong. Mick, 31 points the Pies won by. Yes,
and it was quite predictable, really. That just could be the sign of things to come. The Eagles in September, perhaps. But they kept the Seagulls away. If there's Tyson Goldsack's improved that aside on that forward line. Scott Pendlebury, you wouldn't have thought that he's missed any weeks. He was just outstanding. And there's, I think, young Beams has got a chance to win the Brownlow, quite frankly. Chris Tarrant, X-Factor, no doubt. Back line, forward line, pace and love of the game. Really wants that. But there's Dale Thomas again, just a fantastic snap on it. Geelong, to me, are a bit of a worry. They seem to be now a little bit all over the place with what they need to do through the corridor. They don't seem to be able to kick the ball long. I know that's the first goal that Cloke kicked. He's a better player than just one goal. Motlop there is a shining light in many respects. Outside player, kicks the ball very well, but also highly skilled. I feel that that the way the game is, Geelong could find themselves in real trouble with the draw. They struggle against the best sides at the moment because they're getting put under massive pressure through the corridor. Three things I've learnt. Chris Tarrant is going to be the X-factor for Collingwood. There's no question in my mind, both ends of the ground. The Pies midfield, I've already said about Scott Pendlebury being one of the best, if not the best player. Dane Swan. Dane Beams now looms high, I believe, in the umpire's eyes because he's inside but he's also outside. The third thing is the main thing for Geelong. Their high-risk corridor football can win against the bottom sides. It will not win against the top sides. They continually turn the ball over, and as a consequence, the best sides will always take the ball back off them, and on the rebound will score. And sides like Collingwood are one of the best sides in their competition doing that. West Coast, Hawthorn, etc. So Geelong have to change their game style in many respects to get back and stay in the 8.
Tommy, can you put your finger, Tommy, on what has changed and what is going wrong and what you need to improve on? Yeah, I think, as Mick said, that the pressure of footy these days is so high. And the thing I think on last night's game, we made a lot of skill errors, and that really hurt us. And when you turn the footy over against sides like Collingwood, they can really hurt you. So I think that was probably the biggest thing for us. We started slowly, but you know we thought we played okay for 3 quarters. But you know you're down by 6 goals at quarter time, and you make skill errors and turn the footy over. It makes for a really hard night.
Tom, do you look at the draw and think, look what we got in front of us, or you players don't get involved in the draw? You just look at, say, week to week. Do you really, be honest about that?
Of course. Well, yeah, obviously we have got a pretty tough run home, but it is against the best sides. So that's something we as a team really look forward to. Finals footy's about playing against the best, so that really suits us. We're really looking forward to the next couple of months. We know that we've got things that we need to work on, and we'll continue to do that. And hopefully we can start playing the way we want to.
The Pies were down. Sorry, the Cats were down, but Scotty Pendlebury for the Pies was unbelievable again. He is, as Mick said, missed a bit of footy. Didn't look like he'd missed anything.
Scott Pendlebury does that on the big stage, Hamish. The bigger the game, the more he seems to like it. I can't remember him playing, Mick would know better than me, I can't remember him playing a really bad game in a big match. Maybe...
Carrazzo beat him,
yep,
but he was still effective. I've never seen him close right down out of a game because he's got this appetite for hard work. He's a single-touch player, but almost every touch he has, he brings someone back into the game.
So when you talk about midfielders at that level, you're trying to think, Joel Selwood doesn't play many really down games, Kirky, but...
And Dane Swan's another one.
Dane Swan doesn't play.
Rarely plays a bad one.
Grand final last year, he was fair, Dane Swan.
He was good until I thought Ling beat him comprehensively in the last half, particularly the last quarter. But there's very few midfielders can go through without having some bad games, and you've got to give them some latitude that way. But you look at over their career, Pendlebury so far, and I've no reason why he can't continue. I think he's probably close to the best in the comp.
Yeah. He sees the game so well. I played him a few times, and it seems like the game slows down for him. I think that comes a lot from his basketball background, like the 360-degree awareness of being in close confines in a basketball court. There's no doubt that's helped him in his footy career, and he just makes great decisions every time he's got the ball in his hands. It's someone you'd love to have in your team. Yeah.
Just last night home with the goal review, it was interesting to watch when Joel Selwood appeared to have kicked a goal at a really important time, Thomas, just after he scored an early goal in the third quarter. Ball comes off, I think it's Josh Walker, punches it down, and it looks like Selwood soccers the ball through, still Cyberlon's behind him, and on that angle, when it gets slowed right down, I think they actually did the right thing, and I think it was a plus for the goal review system last night. Did you see it closely?
Yeah, I was around there. I must admit, I did think Sidebottom got a touch on it, but you know, I think the camera angle was just a little bit funny. It would be nice to in a perfect world, have it nice and clear, but it's not always going to happen like that. But I think it's a good system as long as we get the right vision of the incident, because you don't really want to be waiting around for a couple of minutes for a decision to be made. So, although you know, you want the right decision to be made, and they did that, so it was good.
Tommy Lonergan has been a very good player for a very long time for you guys. Again, a great job on Travis Cloke last night.
Yeah, he was. He was fantastic. Tommy's he's really improved his game. He's one of those guys that you probably it's a bit unassuming, I suppose, to play on him, but you know, he does read the game well, uses his body really well. He's a strong boy, and yeah, and he's hard to play on.
His old man was strong too, Mick, wasn't he? David Cloke. Let's have a look at this. Is something from, what is it, Circus of 1980, 81. Now, he's managing Travis at the moment, and you probably wouldn't argue with him if he came in to talk contracts with you looking like that. But is he the right bloke to be doing Travis's... oh, hello. Travis's contract, do you reckon?
No, I don't think so. No, quite frankly, yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, you squeak after that. No, I don't think so. I think fathers have got a place to play. They're clearly proud, and they want to give the player as best instructions and foresight as you possibly can. But keep away from the other side of things. And David has been involved clearly with Jason and Cameron, and now Trav, of course, and it really, I just don't think it works, quite frankly, and I know the club are finding it very difficult.